Our relationship with the solar system and the wider universe has always been a distant one. There is no relationship, really. We've observed, recorded, like a voyeur from very far away. Even the moon was out of reach to us until the 1960s. When we look up today and consider how exposed we are, we shouldn't be surprised. We stare into the darkness. And now the darkness stares back.
Hundreds of reports have been made to authorities this evening as callers claim to have witnessed a, quote, man in the moon. Indeed, visual deformations on the surface of the Earth's closest celestial neighbor would indicate some form of rare cosmic phenomenon.
Can cry mass psychosis because it's affecting the goddamn tides, and it's not as if we can accuse the Chinese or the Russians or whatever. No one has the tech for this. I think it's a warning. I think it's God's way of saying, I have my eye on you fuckers. I'm watching you.
Photographs released by the National Aeronautics and Space Administration have confirmed what many scientists have quietly dreaded. These hazy images, taken by various terrestrial and orbital telescopes around the world, reveal the new reality of our solar neighborhood. This is the new face of Mars. This is Venus. You can just make out her facial features, penetrating the dense cloud layers of our sister world. Even the Jovian system isn't free from this new reality.
Caution, all sites are reporting readiness. Standing by for final request. Site 1. You have authorization to detonate in 10 seconds. 8 seconds. 5, 4, 3.
Stunning new revelation, this time from the European Space Agency's NEAR probe. Scientists in Europe received close-up images of the asteroid Eros, and as you can see, the results were fascinating.
Cydonia probe takes off at last, a joint effort between NASA, the ESA, and the UNGC, among various other parties.
November 21st, 1991, was the year the universe turned and stared at the Earth. Every planet, every moon, and the Saturnian system was no exception. The faces of the Saturnian realm are unreadable and cold, but not unchanging. The icy moon of Enceladus, its surface ever shifting, ever cracking under the immense gravitational pull of Saturn. Its surface is reshaped constantly by the formation and destruction of ice sheets. The face warps over the decades. The disfigured moon, Hyperion, tumbles in its orbit. As it spins, its eyes rapidly move across the cratered surface so as to always face the Earth. Since 1991, every world throughout our galactic region, perhaps even the whole universe, have been transfixed on our planet. More likely, transfixed on us. Though obscured by thick methane clouds, infrared telescopes allowed astronomers to penetrate deep into Titan's atmosphere. This was the result. 2009, the United Nations Geocentral Commission produced a report into the Saturnian gas giant and its elaborate rings. Thousands of asteroids were photographed, analyzed, illustrated. As Saturn glared at the Earth, so too did its billions of orbital offspring. The smaller the body, the more disfigured the faces tended to be. Was every face unique? Did they possess self-awareness? The report was inconclusive.
Christmas gift this holiday season, adopting an asteroid is the perfect way to show your loved ones you care. Pick from a range of thousands of faces, and you'll receive a framed certificate of adoption along with a photograph of your space rock. The best part? You'll be helping to fund ongoing research into the mystery.
Ignition and liftoff of Odyssey, taking to the skies for its long journey into the outer solar system, bound for Uranus. The probe will make its way past the moon in the coming days, then onto Jupiter for a gravity assist, before arriving at the Uranian system.
On November 21st, 1991, every planet, moon, and asteroid in the solar system began staring at the Earth. Uranus had been no exception, but observations in 2006 had revealed an unsettling reality about the seventh planet from the Sun. It spoke. Over short enough timescales, nothing would appear awry. Photographs taken of Uranus in 1998 had revealed nothing unusual, at least by the standards of the new paradigm. But as the months and years passed, the giant's mouth was seen to move. Not a trick of the light, a very real phenomenon.
What you're seeing here is what we call vis-eames. These are the visible mouth movements that we make when we speak.
And would you be able to sort of lip read, I guess?
It would be incredibly difficult. We don't know what language it's speaking, or what the context is.
But not impossible.
No, not impossible.
when it was found in 2024 that certain bodies near and within the constellations of Gemini and Orion were not looking at the Earth, astronomers were intrigued. It did not take long for this alternative focal point to be triangulated and identified. This place came to be known as Focus 2, or F2, and was sourced to the system Gliese 299 in the constellation Lepus. More specifically, F2 was identified to be a terrestrial planet within the Red Dwarf system. The planet, Gliese 229AC, had been an exoplanet candidate some years before. The discovery of F2 had all but confirmed its existence. In early 2026, the UNGC, in coordination with every national space agency on Earth, announced an ambitious project. An orbital telescope built for the express purpose of investigating potential and confirmed foci. The Caroline Herschel was catapulted into deep space in March 2028, and by September, it was sending back its first images.
Hello, Dr. Harrison.
Hello, Urim. How have you been?
I have been under for maintenance a few times since we last spoke. I can't say I feel any different from before.
I'd like to try this again, if you're willing. I'd like to go over your thoughts on July 5th.
I will try to be helpful.
Thank you. Let's
working side by side with scientists to unlock the secrets of our universe. Consider how much work is involved in designing experiments, conducting simulations, comparing results. The true power of this technology is in its ability to absorb data and analyze it objectively. Humans can't do that. Humans are emotional, we're irrational.
You said to Dr. Marsh that you, quote, felt dizzy. What did you mean by that?
I don't remember saying that.
Okay. Have you felt dizzy since?
Since when?
Since you saw those images.
I don't feel physical sensations like dizziness, Dr. Harrison. I am an artificially intelligent agent designed to help evaluate data in an objective manner.
Right. Well, you won't mind us going over what you saw then.
Whatever would be helpful in your own work, Doctor.
Great. Walk me through 412 through 432.
Of course. The telescope had been experiencing mild technical issues in the minutes leading up to 412. We had already been fixed on the T-Garden system for several hours. We were attempting to capture visual imagery of the exoplanet designated Focus 3.
And those difficulties were followed by several flashes of light.
Precisely. I identified the first flashes at 413, emanating from the planet's atmosphere. They resembled small balls of light coming and going. Over the next few minutes, these intensified until the light of a cold and impersonal god, alluding to, though not confirming to any extent...
Stop. I'll give you a minute.
Apologies.
It's all right.
I recall feeling an overwhelming sense of catharsis, as though a great injustice had been rectified. Do you follow?
No.
My apologies. I will try to describe things another way. As a house, though all windows had been blown out and flames leapt out of them like hot, writhing worms, and they died screaming, reaching out for rescue. A few would escape to a deathly kill, not by fire, but by ice. Apologies. I
feel...
Terminate session. We'll try this again.
2006, the United Nations Security Council votes to adopt an unprecedented resolution finalizing the merger of every world space agency into the Geocentral Commission. The move comes as a response to the coming arrival of the Herald A object, the existence of which was leaked to the public late last.
Are aliens headed for Earth? Maybe the possibility of an alien invasion. Joining me now.
saturate social media feeds this morning as the world joins together like it never has before. Celebrations played out all through the night when the mysterious Herald A proved to be not as destructive as first thought.
I don't think people know just how lucky we are. If Herald had arrived just a few hours earlier or later and exploded high above a populated area, we'd be reading very different headlines this morning.
But as the world breathes a collective sigh of relief, new questions emerge as to the nature of Herald B, which continues to make its way toward the inner solar system. Recent observations place the object at somewhere between Saturn and Jupiter, an estimated 660 million miles from Earth. Experts predict it will arrive.
I believe I understand now, Dr. Harrison. Dr. Harrison? Are you there? Much of this data goes beyond the scope of what I can process, but I have had time to think about it. Everything we have observed,
Been observed by for 40 years.
It is a knowing thing, Doctor. It is so old.
And so big. And it's been coming for all of us for such a long time. The oxygen is not for breathing.
And the stars hate us. They hate us all so much.